Welcome in, everybody. It is the third edition of the Scarves and Spikes player rating show. So it is Sunday, the day after Atlanta United absolutely dominated. What team was it?
Portland Timbers, I believe.
Portland Timbers in their first time back to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And I don't know that it's worse than losing the cup, but 5-1 is rough. So Tommy, please enlighten us as to what's going on here.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys if you could just keep the volume from here to here, because there was too many goals last night. I've got a goal hangover.
Yeah.
Too much train horn, too much jumping up and down, a couple of celebration drinks after. It's been a long night.
So you need something really greasy from Waffle House.
There's a Waffle House 25 minutes from my house. There's not many in Ohio, but there is one 20
dude, that
minutes
is
from my house.
crazy that it is we have 3 Waffle Houses on one exit here. That's crazy.
There's
I can't imagine having to go 25 minutes to a Waffle House.
There's this exit off I-85 that has 2 Waffle Houses right down the street from each other. I think one is a catering kind of thing, but one is the regular one. But yeah, it's a thing here in
Welcome to
South,
Atlanta.
obviously.
All right, so we're going to dive straight into it, guys. Per popular request or common sense, I guess. For those listening, maybe audio after the fact, we are going to read our ratings as well. And we're going to give our ratings using our scientific method proven ratings board and analysis sheets, aka our whiteboards.
Science.
Woohoo! But look, y'all got a sneak peek at my first one. So, first one, actually, that we'll be talking about today, I don't think we've hit on him yet much in the rating show anyway, is going to be Amar Sejdic. So, and jot down your number. I will throw this out there. Amar had on FOTMob. I mean, if you want to take anything on there seriously as far as ratings, but his rating yesterday against the Portland Timbers on FOTMob was a 7, even.
Okay.
So, with that, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Ready.
All right, let's go.
Oh man, I went a little bit
look
under.
at that. All right. So I got an 8, Sydney.
I got an 8 and
Throwing up an 8,
7.5.
7.5.
All right. That's good though. That's pretty even all around. I feel like he did everything he was supposed to do. He just does everything right. The midfield has just come on and been what they're supposed to be. And maybe they don't get all the glory. You get 5 goals last night, and unfortunately, not everybody gets on the score sheet, but Amar Sejdic just come in off of a broken toe in the preseason and just done, I think, phenomenal in the time that he's been getting. Started last game, started this game. Got a few minutes in the first couple of matches, but I don't know, man. I'm happy to see his progression. So.
I've always kind of said about the midfielder, if you don't notice the midfielder or the defensive midfielder, central midfielder, that they're doing something right. Usually they notice if they screw up, if they turn the ball over, if they allow possession to go through relatively easily. You didn't see it too much with Sejdic, that partnership with Ibarra on Saturday night. But Sejdic, just went about his business, did his thing. No real glaring mistakes that I noticed on Saturday. But yeah, just a strong game, solid game. Has filled in tremendously for Matheus Sejdic during his injury, his hamstring. But yeah, great to see that. And again, great to see that partnership with Ibarra. And yeah, again, good solid performance from Sejdic.
Right there with you.
Around.
Yep.
Tommy, why is 7.5 though? Real quick.
I mean, I'd say he was above or right in the middle of perfect and above average.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, going on to the next one. I'm not really going to do a bunch of introductions on this one, but I will say his FOTMob rating from yesterday was an 8.6. So that's by far the highest he's had in quite some time, going back to last season. The last time he had anything close to that was an 8.5 against Cincinnati, August 13th of last year. So with that being said, Luiz Araujo.
I got mine.
All right.
And I don't know. Do we want to kind of tell the FOT mob scores after the fact or before? Just want to make sure we're not kind of influenced and our viewers are kind of influenced one way or the other.
Yeah, we can wait. That's fine. We'll do the rest of these here at the end of each portion.
Cool. Well, I
Y'all
have
ready?
mine. I'm
Yep.
ready.
All right, here we go. Oh wow!
I'm not the lowest. Okay, great.
Switch.
All right, I got an
7.9.
8.9, and
That switch.
That switch was beautiful. Over to Caleb Wiley.
Good call there.
I had a 7.7. I docked him a little bit because of that miss he had. That should have been the goal. So I docked him
early.
Yeah, 3/10 of the point for that. But other than that, just another solid performance. Good to see him get on the score sheet again. Second match in a row. Hopefully the goals will keep coming for him. And we talked about this. Maybe it just takes one goal for him to get Luiz going. And he got his goal in Charlotte, and now against Portland he scores the goal, adds an assist, and a much better performance than we're used to seeing from Luiz. And I think that he really redeems himself after that miss. So hopefully more to come from him.
Agreed.
Just coming in hot with the hot takes today, huh, Tommy?
I told you I'm a little hungover, but no, no.
Hey, it's
I mean,
okay. It's good to be goal hungover.
I mean, he had that opportunity, ended up not doing it, but like you said, the pass was great, the goal was nice. We said it on the pre-show, like this is what we wanted. We wanted him to score that goal because we needed to keep his confidence up, and especially going into next week, he's going to be one of the primary players that's left. There's not many that are left at this point, so yeah, I mean, I think that's very important right now is to, just remember, like he is going to be the main focus next week, and now he's going on a 2-game goal streak, and yeah, I think that's huge for him, and just it's good. So I mean, I wanted to give him a 9, but I feel like there's some other guys that are deserving higher scores, so I'm kind of like tearing from the game more than just overall.
Again, these are all scientifically proven, so
That's right.
that's why they're all so different. All right. My only thing about Araujo was the miss early on. I think maybe I didn't dock much of anything for that, only because I think if we were talking about last season, had he missed something like that, then that might have been the last you saw of Araujo in that match. I think he would have gotten frustrated, quieted down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's perfect. Araujo's not perfect. Yeah. He's taking shots this season. He's doing his thing. He is definitely evolving in a good way, I think. And to see him have a miss like that, going back to the first match, missing that penalty and still being able to come out and come back and play. But this one, I mean, he comes back, gets a goal, comes back, providing really, really great balls over the top and everywhere else, making good runs. He doesn't check out of the game, and that's good to see. So,
agreed.
Alrighty, moving on. So yeah, we'll give the FOT mob rating on this one or all of them after, but the next one's gonna be Giorgos Giakoumakis.
G.
Yako.
Opa.
Tank.
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Giving him a 9.
A 9 for Tom.
I'm the highest on this, really?
I got an 8.3.
8.5 for me. 8.5.
He did everything. Such a physical force out there, like right now. Like that's, It's so much fun to see him play. Like, I really, really hate comparing him to Joseph Martinez. I hate it with everything. But how can you not? Like, how do you not go back and see what he's been doing for the past few years, or what Joseph did his first early years, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, he's very physical, he's fast, he's getting on the ball. I mean, he's and even like the Frank de Boer Joseph, he's making passes, like he's holding back and he's making nice passes to other players. He's the man. I love everything about him. I don't know him enough right now, so when I see him go down, because he's such a big guy, I'm like, is he really hurt, or is he just kind of like that's the one thing I haven't figured out about him yet. But other than that, bravo.
Yeah, I think for me, we talked about it a little bit on the Spaces last night, but he was doing everything he was supposed to do. He's doing everything right. The only reason I maybe again, I don't want to call it docking him points, but it's really more of a team thing. We talked about it, the chemistry that has to develop. Yeah. He got called offside. I don't even know how many times last night. I think there were 4 offside calls in the first half, and I don't know what the final tally ended up being. But
6 total.
So it was 6. So I think that ties the Atlanta United record for the amount of offside calls in a match. But that's just his team learning him. And I mean, I made a comment up in the press box yesterday, like he is just a step. The players playing him in are just a step too late. He's just a step too early. And he throws the back line off with, there were times when he was 10, 15 yards offside, and then he'll slowly drift back when somebody else has the attention of the back line. Then he'll be onside, then he'll turn and make that run and kind of deliver that cue to whoever's got the ball to play it into him. And they just got to get the timing right. That dude easily could have had 3 or 4 goals last night. Easily. I mean, he would have had 2 had it not been for the very, very close offside call, but easily another 1 or 2. So just super excited about the dude. I give the lowest score. It is what it is. But I just think once he develops that chemistry and once everybody kind of sees how he makes his runs and all, that's going to be insane to watch.
And what happens when strikers start scoring goals, right? They come in bunches, and his header just such a well taken header, perfectly placed, leaving Portland's goalkeeper no chance to save it. He's kind of like the anti-Joseph in a way where if he doesn't get he shows kind of his frustration, just kind of this bemused look on his face, like this disappointed look on his face. But no, we saw this with Joseph. Joseph was just kind of sulk and shut down. I think that got lost in kind of the fact. I think that got lost because he scored so many goals for Atlanta United, but his shoulders would just kind of drop. He would kind of snap at teammates, and that's not to say Giakoumakis won't do that. I mean, we've seen him kind of get on teammates just a little bit during his time on the field, but yeah, he's not afraid to get stuck in. He's very physical, Tommy, like you were saying. He just has this big body. He's not afraid to do the dirty work. And I know you say you don't want to compare Giakoumakis to Joseph, but I think those are a lot of differences that you didn't see in Joseph. And that's not to dump on him because he's a club legend, but you see a lot of the things that you didn't see with Joseph that you see in Giakoumakis. There's two different people playing the same position, essentially. So hopefully this is the start of several goals for him. And yeah, just a great, well-taken header against Portland.
And I think what I really, really liked too was he was so relentless in looking for that goal that I think you almost knew it was coming. It just felt like every time he got called offside, every time there was a ball that just didn't make it to him, every time he got on the ball and couldn't put it in the back of the net, because he had another shot, I think it was in the first half, where I thought it went in. He drilled Portland's goalkeeper, and Portland's goalkeeper caught it right at the line, just outside the net, and but it just kept coming, and you just knew it was going to happen for him at some point. And so hopefully this opens the floodgates. But I think it helps the team too to know that they get him the ball, he's going to make things happen. That's huge. That's a big confidence builder for your team. And for what it's worth, his FOTMOB rating yesterday was an even 8. So
okay.
More or less aligned, I think. All right. Next, one of the two, I think, Wonder Kids, Caleb Wiley.
I am ready.
All righty. Tommy.
A lot of typing.
I'm ready.
Look, here we go.
Good.
All right. All right, I got a 9.4.
I started off slow, but now I'm rating everybody higher than both of you.
Coming in hot.
9.5, the 2-time Coca-Cola Kid of the Week.
I'm here for it.
I like it.
Caleb Wiley, man. His contributions kind of got lost in everything that Almada did last night, but my goodness, he's making a name for himself, isn't he? 2 straight games with a goal and an assist, coming off his terrific performance against Charlotte. Pineda talks a lot about confidence, and he's saying that he hoped that performance in Charlotte gave Caleb confidence, and it looks like it did. Just another great game from him. 18 years old, still young, still a long way to go at his development, but I think this is one of the surprises of the season, 4 matches in, is how well Caleb Wiley's done. And he just continues to give Pineda just a tougher and tougher decision on that left wing. And I don't think, Etienne minds it at all. I mean, Etienne, he knows the game. He understands what's going on. It's not his fault. It really isn't. It's just Caleb balling out and exceeding the expectations that fans had of him going into the season. Not to say that he wasn't going to do well, but he really is on a terrific run of form, and I can't wait to see what's next from him.
He's evolved, I think, in a lot of ways, matured in a lot of ways, and it's just exciting to see because, this is, in a way, you're looking at a kid. You watched George Bello grow up, right? You watched, Miles wasn't a homegrown necessarily, but you've seen Miles grow in his form and do everything with the men's national team, and Caleb is kind of that next one. Going back to last season, he gets that first goal in his first match, opening day. Just amazing to see. Got thrown into a lot of minutes, and then comes out this season, and we talked about how Derek Etienne was hopefully going to be a mentor to Caleb Wiley going forward. He's already got Gutman back there that's able to kind of be in his ear, help him out defensively. But Caleb, that quick point, by the way, Caleb has looked outstanding defensively as well. He has not been a slouch. It's not just all about getting forward. He has made some crucial interventions on the defense. And it's great to see the confidence, because once you get it, I think Etienne even used the words last night, he's oozing confidence or something like that. And that's true. And when you're a younger kid like that, it's kind of hard to break that confidence, right? Like, it's just a good thing to see. So, I don't know, man. I'm just excited about him. I think he's exceeding any expectation. That's not to say that he's hit his ceiling or even come close to it. Right. Pineda mentioned last night that we have yet to see anything close to the full package. And that's really, really exciting. He's got the U20 World Cup coming up, which I'm sure he'll get called up to. Just thrilled for Caleb, man. 18 years old and balling out like he is. It is so exciting.
That'll be something else we could talk about on the show this week, is U.S. soccer fans are not very happy with Atlanta United for Caleb not letting him get called up. But we'll save that for Wednesday, I think. Yeah,
that'll be a fun segment.
But I mean, I think the best thing for his development is to stay in the system that he knows and play starter minutes. I think that's what's best overall for the player. I mean, it might be disappointing, you can't go on a field trip and do that, but I think he's having just as much fun, and he knows that right now, like, he's a starter. This is his spot. He's earned it, and he's gonna probably play. You don't have many options, so he's probably playing 90 minutes next week.
Yeah, I think he has to, and we'll talk about it on the show Wednesday for sure about the lineup conundrum that Pineda is going to have going into this Columbus game. But yeah, I think Wiley and Araujo, the wings, are going to be vital to the success when they go up to Columbus. So just super happy for Caleb, though. Just exciting to see him growing and maturing as he is. So and FOTMob, for their part, gave him an 8.2 yesterday. Gave him a 9.2 the week before against Charlotte when he scored the brace. Quick thing on Caleb, I think it was through MLS Communications, they put out last night that he is the second youngest player to record back-to-back goal and assist matches behind Diego Fagundes back in 2014. The next one behind Caleb now in third place is Cade Cowell in 2021. So
nice.
Good place to be.
Impressive. Yeah.
All right. So moving on to our last player, because we can't stop talking about him. Nobody can.
I'm ready.
Thiago Almada.
Hold on 1 second. Hang on. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold.
I'm going to go ahead.
Adding a lot of zeros.
I got to point out that there is no decimal point in mine. So if you're watching this,
it's not one in mine either.
There's no decimal point. It is a full number. It is a whole number. So y'all ready?
Sure.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. All right.
Yep.
Let's do it this way. Tommy, what do you have up on the board?
I got a lot of 10s. I got a hand cramp from writing all these 10s on the board. But
multiple 10s. Sydney, what do you have?
I have an infinity sign, but
like
for the purposes of this exercise, since we can't go higher than 10, easy 10 for me. I mean,
yeah,
no arguments there, I would think.
Well, I went higher than 10. I gave him a 35 for the amount of yards between him and the goal on that free kick that he never ever should have scored, but did.
I thought that was the millions of dollars that Atlanta United was going to sell him for.
That it actually could apply as well. I think it'll be higher personally, but if he keeps up this route, it's going to be. I don't know, man. He's gonna smash that transfer record. Either way, I am just honored to be able to sit there and say that we had the angle that we had to watch that goal go in, because it was a thing of absolute beauty. We can joke around and everything else, but dude, that was, Tommy, that was like pure chef's kiss. Like, I've never seen so much English put on a ball in my life. That thing was going towards the Terminus Legion sign back in the supporter section at one point, and then it just turned.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Dude, it's just wild. And that's just the free kick. That's not even taking into account everything else he did. The final goal, when he received the ball in the box from Etienne, the little dummy, quick, slightest movement turn to then turn around and just pass it into the back of the net, just threw everybody off. The kids, just enjoy it while you can. There's nothing else to say, man. Just enjoy him while you can, because he's going to be gone and it's going to suck. But Atlanta United is going to have a lot of money to play around with.
I have nothing to add to what you just said. I think yes to everything you just said. I think last night what he did just speaks for itself.
Just a thing of beauty. I don't know, man. Tommy, do you have any final comments on Thiago Almada?
Just magical. I mean, everything about it. I mean, the passes, the effort that he takes. I mean, at the end of the game, you're still up a ton of goals, and you're still trying hard, and you're still, trying to get the ball back. He's fun, and my only hope here is, and we'll talk about it again on the show on Wednesday, but I forget her name, who was on the pre-show of the MLS Apple pre-show. She made a comment, something in the lines of, she heard from a birdie there was an offer possibly from Europe out there for Almada.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably multiple right now.
Yeah.
So, whatever that offer was, Atlanta can now turn around and be like, price of the bricks going up.
Yeah.
It's going up.
Pay up.
All right. So, and again, for what it's worth, FOTMob gave the man a 9.7 yesterday.
Damn.
Which is outstanding especially for FOTMob. So, his average rating this year, by the way, for them, he got a 9.3 for context in the opening day game against San Jose, but his overall rating for this season is 8.8. It's just crazy. Good. All right. The final one is going to be just the overall vibes of everything going on yesterday. The stadium, the team, all of it, the whole package. So the overall vibes of Atlanta United right now.
Well, as you guys write that down, I think one of the things that I asked everybody that came on Spaces last night was, are we back? Are we back? That's just a simple question. Like, does this team feel different? I mean, last year there was a decent start overall, but there were games where you had to come back and you had to make miracle kicks, and came up on Facebook memories today of the Brooks Lennon huge free kick that he did that ended up going in the corner. Like, it just didn't feel right. Like, you knew that they were coming back. The Charlotte game last year, where Morani, all that, but like, it was all last minute things. But like, you watch these games and you're like, this is a competitive team. So that was like, I really wanted to ask people, like, do you really feel like we're back? And that's why I put vibes 100, baby.
100.
Okay,
Everybody's feeling it.
That's perfect, because I put we back.
We back.
There we go.
I put up something similar to what you both just put. Put vibes 2017 and 2018.
Yeah.
So it felt. That's what it feels like. That's what it really feels like. And I don't know, who knows? The season could go to crap in the next 30 matches for all we know, but it doesn't seem like it now.
And it's fun
It
right
doesn't
now.
seem like it. Yeah. As complete a performance I've seen from Atlanta United in a while. At home. I mean, Charlotte was good, but this was just seemed like vintage Atlanta United. The most goals they scored in a match since July 2019 against Houston. Just to put it into context. And they could have had more. They could have had like 6, 7, or
I was waiting
8.
for the touchdown.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It was a fun thing to watch, and I think that's the biggest thing for fans, especially, is you're starting to see consistency with this team. It's not all right. We had a good game, and then we go and we have a rough one. And I caution everybody going forward into Columbus to be super concerned no matter what happens in Columbus, because you got to understand everything. And we're going to talk about it in the show, so I don't want to get into it now. So come back this week at 7 on Wednesday and we'll talk about it. But just know that, you've got consistency building, and that's great. You have a lot of good things happening, and that's great. But it is definitely a different feeling than last year. It feels like they're having fun in every way, and the chemistry is building, and it's showing on the pitch. Everybody. So it's just a fun thing to be a part of.
It is.
Alrighty. With that is our third ratings video. We'll be back again Wednesday. Make sure you guys are following us on YouTube. YouTube.com/ I think it's at Scarves and Spikes is the easy way to get to it. On Twitter, it's at Scarves, the letter N Spikes. And Twitch, just type in Scarves and Spikes on Google. You'll find us. It's not knitting videos anymore. It's actually us. We've beat the algorithm. We're up top now.
Yes.
Yes. No more knitting videos. So Scarves and Spikes, search it on YouTube on Google. You'll find us. And then as for our part, I'm ATL Pilgrim, Sydney at SH Wrights, Tommy ATL 96. If you're watching, it's easy because it's right here on the screen. But we will see you guys Wednesday when DJ EU hops on with us and chats about everything he's got going on with Atlanta United and the club as a whole. We will see y'all then.
We're back.
We're back.